Hi guys, it's Saturday late afternoon. This is my second video, my journey, my testimony of one since I was diagnosed with Crohn's. So after 98, after having several colonoscopies, later I believe it was 2004, I had a colonoscopy and they used to cauterize polyps, which was having polyps in your colon with Crohn's is usually common. This time, when I went home, I felt very weak and drained. And the next morning, I went to the bathroom and I had a bleed, a pretty bad bleed. My wife found me in the bathroom. I had passed out, and I hit some shampoo bottles or something with my head. I don't know. I passed out, so she rushed me to the hospital. What I didn't realize was the sheets were a mess, because when I got up it was dark, so I didn't even realize how bad it was. So I went to the hospital ER. They started me off with some bags of fluid to try to get me more hydrated. And when I spoke to my gastroenterologist, he had spoken to me after I was back home, and he kind of laughed off the situation and said, "Oh, you didn't lose too much blood. You didn't lose too much, and you should have been fine." He blamed it on one of my polyps that wasn't cauterized good enough, which is when they when they burn away a polyp tissue, it seals the wound after removing the polyp. So obviously it wasn't done good enough for me to, have that episode. So after that, I had switched gastroenterologists. Never had that problem again. And 2014, I had my second colon resection, which only left me with 3 inches of my colon, which is pretty bad because you're prone to having accidents and not being able to live normal ever again. I didn't want to have a ileostomy or colostomy or whatever pot at that time they were going to give me. I wasn't having none of it. So they said okay. So they put me in the hospital, and I had an infection that I was in the hospital for 7-8 days. I went home. Again, I tried to take a shower, and then all of a sudden a lot of black stuff came out of my wound, and my wife rushed me back to the hospital. So I wound up having another procedure, which they had to open up my wound, and a lot of black stuff came out and fluid, which indicated infection. And they had to pack my wound. They almost used a wound vac, which usually sucks out any kind of infection, but they didn't want to do that just in case it was too harsh in that situation. So literally they had to pack my wound, which my wound was pretty big on my stomach and pretty deep. It was probably like, I would say 3 inches or so deep in my stomach, if not more. And they had to heal, my skin had to heal from the bottom up. So as they pack it, it heals each time. Um, in that time of being in the hospital, I had to go back after I'd said that it got infected, and I stayed another 9 days. Um, I had to have a. They finally discovered that I should have had an NG tube in me, and 2,500 cc's of fluid came out, and that's what kind of made me, have that infection, because all that stagnant stuff was sitting around, and it wasn't any good. It was very painful too. So, that was 2014, and the recovery was tough, and I was very weak for a little while, and having 3 inches of my colon was not really a good thing, because like I said, everything was a lot shorter inside. So that's about it until I do my other video and bring you guys up to now where we are in 2025. But just keep on doing what you guys are doing and being strong. If you have any questions, shoot me a question through my link, and basically be kind to one another, because nobody likes ugly. And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Saturday. And until next video.